This man missing after he shows how we are living on the Truman Show? Watch this.
Y'all see how there's no cars behind me, right? Now watch by the time I get to my house, there's gonna be cars driving right near me. Watch this. This shit happens every time. Watch this shit. Just pay attention. By the time I reach my yard, there's gonna be a bunch of cars, bro. Watch. Can't make this shit up. Just watch. I'm about to turn in and go to my yard. Right? Now watch when I'm about to hit the door. Watch this shit. Going into my gate. But who do we have here? A bunch of cars, like I said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. Boy, I tell you, boy. I know what I be talking about.
Picture a world designed not by chance, but by the inventor himself. A place where every decision is a doorway, every trial a level, and every soul a player. Some walk as NPCs, programmed by the world's script, repeating patterns without question. Others are called to break free, to resist conformity, to level up through faith and perseverance. In this simulation, the stakes are eternal. Every choice carries weight. But also imagine a people who were placed here as chosen players, set apart to reveal the code of truth in a world of illusions. And you, whether you realize it or not, are logged in. This is not science. You have entered the Most High's simulation zone.
Tea. I bet you thought I was drinking tea, but, this glass is empty. You see that? There was no tea in there. And this isn't my hand. These are my hands. That's not real at all. You see, you're being lied to. You're being lied to. I bet you thought this was me, but no, this is just a reflection. This was all taking place on a mirror. It was all a mirror. It was all a lie. And I bet you thought I was wearing pants. I'm not wearing pants. And this isn't even my voice. I did this over in post-production. And you're being lied to. This is all taking place on a screen, and you are being lied to.
Sometimes I feel like I'm an anomaly in the Matrix.
That is Neo.
Yeah.
Do you believe you're in a Matrix, though? Like, actually believe?
I think you have to just think of these things as probabilities, not certainties.
Mm-hmm.
There's some probability that we're in a simulation.
What percentage would you attribute to that?
Probably pretty high. I would say it's pretty high.
Yeah?
Yeah. So one way to think of this is to say, if you look at the advancement of video games, in our lifetime, or at least in my lifetime, it's gone from very simple video games where you've got, like Pong, you've got two rectangles and a square, just batting it back and forth, to photorealistic, real-time games with millions of people playing simultaneously. And that's happened just in the span of 50 years. So if that trend continues, video games will be indistinguishable from reality.
Right.
And we're also going to have very intelligent characters, like non-player characters, in these video games. Think of how sophisticated the conversations are you can have with an AI today, and that's only going to get more sophisticated. You'll be able to have conversations that are more complex and more sophisticated than any almost any human conversation. Maybe any. So then the future, if civilization continues, will be millions, maybe billions of photorealistic, like indistinguishable from reality video games, and with characters in those video games that are very deep, and where the dialogue is not pre-programmed. That's for sure what's going to happen in this level of the simulation, if you could call it. So then what are the odds that we're in base reality, and that this has not happened before?
I'm not in no way, shape, or form agreeing with that heathen Elon Musk. However, I've been feeling like this prior to even seeing his video clip. I feel like that we're in a simulation. But it's a simulation with purpose created by the Most High. When we read biblical accounts like Deuteronomy 28, we find that the Most High placed his chosen people in a captivity that operates much like a simulation that he created on purpose. And what it seems like to me is that the Most High placed his chosen players in a world filled with non-player characters who simply follow the world's script of conformity, distractions, and temptations. Yet this world is not just a playground, it is a captivity simulation designed to test and refine, much like a video game with progression levels. Each stage presents obstacles, enemies, and dangerous territories, but all of it is meant to lead his people back to him. The true victory, the ultimate win, is finding the way back to the Creator. So what happens is the chosen players will beat every level through faith and perseverance and overcome the trials that stand between them and their Creator.
How is it possible for an Amtrak train filled with 253 passengers to just vanish? So allegedly an Amtrak train leaves St. Louis going to Chicago, winds up missing. Oh, you don't believe me, right? Look at this. Listen to what this man say. Listen.
Make it to Chicago, they said? That's a little, and they don't even know, like they lost communication with the train. That's some scary.
That man basically said, you guys can enter this train if you want to. It's not on us. Whatever is going on with these trains, don't with us. Y'all can get on this train if you want. But we're not saying that you're going to get to your destination safe. So basically, a train with 253 people was missing. They lost it. No communication, no nothing. Mind you, they're saying that train could have quote-unquote derailed and they didn't even know. Here it is. The train left St. Louis on its way to Chicago, and they have no contact with anybody. Nobody at all that was on that train. Don't sound right. As soon as I hear more, I'm going to let you know what happened. I'm out.
Baby, I don't care what y'all say, but that train that was on their way to Chicago from St. Louis, they went through a portal. They did not go off the grid. It was not a glitch, baby. They went through a portal. And trust me and believe me when I tell you that the people that got on that train was not the people that got off that train. And y'all can call me crazy if you want to.
Let me just use this as an example. I don't know if they ever found a train. I'm just going to use this point of reference as a teaching moment. Because the Most High in this simulation, he always give us a warning, right? Before any type of destruction or consequences. Did you all catch the simulation warning? He said, I don't know when we're going to make it or if we're going to make it. If that was me waiting to board that train, that would have been all he had to say, and I would have decided not to board that train. And given the fact that it was such an extreme warning, why did so many people get on that train? Why didn't they ask more questions? I mean, I don't know the whole story, but I mean, literally, I wouldn't have even asked any questions. I just wouldn't have got on that train. That's all I can tell you. How could people have these types of warnings yet ignore them? And this is what causes us to step onto paths that lead into danger and derailment. Do you guys understand where I'm going with this? I'm using the train as a metaphor. I'm trying to show you that once you enter something without discernment, you risk being carried into territories of confusion and loss. But those who heed the warning, who choose the right track, discover that every obstacle, enemy, and dangerous territory is not meant to destroy them, but to refine them. The progression is designed to lead his people back to him, and victory comes when they listen, obey, and overcome, beating the simulation by returning to the Creator.
This is why Joe Rogan thinks we're in a simulation.
I really started to genuinely consider it. When this girl, Heather McDonald, blacks out and cracks her skull, have you seen that?
Right after she made fun of people who did not take the vaccine, this is what happened.
I don't mean to brag, I don't care, but I want you to know, double vaxxed, booster, flu shot, and I still get what? Yes! Clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice, so nice.
Look at this. That can't be so dead on. This is like God is a scriptwriter.
It's literally only raining on one side of the street, and then there's a rainbow. There's two. It's literally only raining on one side of the street.
Is this more proof that we're living in a simulation? Okay, we got a straight line. That doesn't make any sense. How is that even possible? Okay, it's raining, but it doesn't look like it's raining on any other cars. Every other car looks dry, but that. There's no clouds directly above. That's weird. When did they come out with this? Instant grass? It's like we're in the desert around a water hole. Something sloshing around in the water. Okay, what is it? Doesn't look like a fish. It's like the mud is alive. Oh no.
Okay guys, so I'm really surprised so many people can relate to how I feel. The video I made asking you guys, did you feel like we were just existing, like nothing is the same anymore, we're just floating through life? It has almost 90,000 views, over 11,000 comments, and I'd say 95% of those comments is people saying that they 100% agree. And for the people saying it's depression, it's not depression. For people saying as we're getting older, it's not that. You literally feel like you are just inside of your body, moving around, but you really don't know why. It really feels like a real simulation, like somebody is controlling your player. Someone made a comment, they said, I've been feeling like this since Kobe died, and I thought about it. That is the exact day that I started feeling this way. That was the exact day where I was like, this can't be real. This isn't life. This just does not seem right. And that morning, I got up and I did something I never do, which is walk to the mall. I don't do that. I normally drive and wherever I go. But on my way walking to the mall, I pulled out my phone and I started recording myself. And I said, I'm recording this because I have a funny feeling. And if anything happens to me, know that something was off today. I had a feeling about it. I could not shake what was going on. Anyway, when I walked back to my house, that's when I found out Kobe was dead. And I've been feeling like I'm in the twilight zone ever since. And I 100% agree. Food doesn't taste the same. Can't get any sleep at night. Nothing pleases you. Nothing that you watch fulfills you. Like nothing, no movie feels good. No TV show feels like something is just off. Like we know we are just placed here going through this. Only the chosen ones, the ones that are saying, oh, life is great, life is amazing. You're either an elite, which means you're at a very, very, very high level in life, or you're not a main character. You're just a bot. You're just a seat filler. But the main characters, you definitely understand something's changed.
Yes, many people feel like this, but those of us who understand what's going on, the chosen ones who are waking up, those of us who walk in this truth, we know what's going on. So we don't feel a sense of being lost. And many of us do understand that this simulation is not meant to trap us forever. It is meant to awaken us. Each obstacle, each enemy, each dangerous territory is not random but carefully placed to reveal whether we cling to the Most High or drift into the world's script. You see, captivity is a setting, but freedom is the goal. So I want to end by saying this. This simulation is not a game of chance. It is a test of choice. And the Most High has placed His people here in captivity, not to destroy us completely, but to refine us, to call us back to Himself. Every warning, every trial, every obstacle is a signal pointing toward the right path. Just as a train can derail when the signs are ignored, so too can a soul lose its way when it follows the world's script. But victory is possible. To win is to choose life, to level up through faith, to overcome the enemies and dangerous territories, and to return to the Creator who designed it all. The next move is yours. Choose wisely and beat the simulation by walking the path back to Yahuwah. Thank you all for listening, and may the Most High continue to baruch you. And until my next video, Shalom.
Update. Guys, I thought I done covered it all on this train from St. Louis to Chicago disappearing. I thought I had the updates, and they were saying that a set of wheels came off of it, and that they got everybody off of it, put them on the shuttle bus, and everybody got home safe and this and that. Now I'm getting updates that the people that came off that train were not the actual people that were actually on the train. And that the truth of the matter is, they don't know where these passengers are at. So, I don't know, people. It just sounds all too weird to me. Sounds crazy. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. These people talking about portals opening up and this and that. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section.